Everyone. So for those of you who didn't catch the last video, I have Ingra here who is telling the story about Katie, who is actually my cousin, who ended up on drugs, which was so unexpected. And this is the reason we want to tell her story. Um, Everyone has an opinion of how people become addicts or who uses drugs, but that story isn't true. The story we like to tell ourselves. And so I've got Ingra here today to tell us a little bit more about how easy it is to find yourself in the world of drugs. It doesn't matter about your background. Tell us a bit about Kate's background, how she ended up using drugs. How does that happen to a normal kid like those of you who are watching? You're as normal as Kate ever was.
I think the problem is you all go off to parties, and nowadays drugs are available grade 7, grade 6, and the biggest thing you need to know is don't even pick up that first stucker cigarette, because you don't know if you're going to become addicted to it. And once you become addicted to dacha, after a while it's not strong enough, so then you go on to tick, and then heroin, and now this terrible thing, ketamine. And it's so easy to start smoking dacha, to be part of the cool group.
And so today, in our day, we've got vaping, which is just an alternative to cigarettes. But I even think if you even open that door, you are at more risk of taking the next thing. And even as kids, we were told that don't start the first one because you don't know where it's going to lead you. But what is it, do you think, about dacha, which probably in Joburg is weed, or goodness knows what the names are, they change every year? What is it about that, do you think, that kids like Kate would have just gone, oh, why not? What is it about it, do you think?
I think because it makes you feel good about yourself. You get that high, which I'm sure makes you feel really good. And as I say, then you're part of the group because everybody's doing it.
And I think as a teenager, that's probably the
It's
biggest.
important to be part of the cool group.
Yeah, you want to be accepted, and that's a very human thing. So how do you think? I mean, what would you say, Kate? What do you think Kate would say to the teenagers watching this at the moment, knowing where it led her?
Don't ever pick up that first stucker cigarette. If you're going to be part of the uncool group, far better that than you end up along the road of drugging and heavy drugging, which can lead to your death.
Yeah, it's a scary thing to think that that's where these things can lead, and to be able to say no in today's world is very hard. But you've got to know where your line is. Yeah.
Don't ever pick up that first cigarette, no matter what anybody says to you. Oh, you're being a weed, and come on, don't be so pathetic. Just don't do it. As hard as it is to say no when the majority of the people are using dacha.
Okay, so you've heard it firsthand from a mom who had to watch her child go through some of life's hardest things. It starts when you're young, and nobody thinks the worst will happen to them. So take the advice.
It will always happen to somebody else. Nothing's going to happen to me, and it will be my friend or somebody else that terrible things will happen to.
So guys, when your parents say don't do something, they only say that because they care about you. So listen to them. And here's a parent. If you won't listen to your parents, listen to her because she knows what she's talking about. Thanks for now, guys. We'll be back.